yummy time. Give me yummy. Hey guys, hit that like button. You're early. Need a good like button. Need a good like button here. Guys, we need to molest that like button, please. Thank you very much. We're actually live upstairs today, so feel free to, you know, some love upstairs. How's everybody doing? Got a dog bowl behind me. Look at that. Nice pink dog bowl on the floor. It's cute. It's beautiful upstairs. When we're up here, you know, you get all the nice natural light up here, you know. My body needs natural light. Probably get skin cancer, but, you know, it's good natural light. Uh-oh. What happened to my text file? I guess that's good enough right there. It's always weird when I do things upstairs. A lot of stuff going on today. What's up? Delta's here. I don't even know what that's about, but what up, Delta? And Delta Airlines? Drop the dono. Dude, I've been watching the Reid case here in Massachusetts, and just crazy. What a wild, just there, man. The defense is just assaulting the trooper Proctor today in Canton, Mass, on the stand. I mean, the guy took the stand finally, and it's like an assault on his life. There's been a couple of days that have really... I got dog hair all over me. I was wrestling with a dog, and I got dog hair all over me, so I don't know, deal with that. Thanks for telling me a game just added Xbox. That's really awesome. That scared the hell out of me. Like, did we really need to do that? Did we really need to, like, just terrify my eardrums? Oh my god, bro, that was terrifyingly loud. Let's see. Hopefully my sound is alright. You guys let me know if it's how it's going. I know this, I don't usually use this headset. Obviously I'm on Leah's computer, but we'll get an idea of how everything sounds, I guess. I don't know why I keep looking like this. I keep looking sideways up here. I don't know what's up. Is that because the camera's over there? I don't know why. You want Vince McMahon? Damn, wrestling's corny now? I mean, yeah, it kind of is. Wrestling's been corny for a long time, though. Like, I mean, wrestling's corny now? Wrestling's corny now? Did you see in 1993 when there was literally a fucking clown called Doink the Clown? And then he had a tag team partner called Dink the Clown? And we all watched Doink and Dink the Clown at WrestleMania 10 against Bam Bam Bigelow. Wrestling's corny now? Like, it's been corny. What the hell are we talking about, you know? Like, I mean, I get if, like, you weren't alive for that and you don't know about that, but, I mean, wrestling's been corny for a long time, bro. Go watch some 1980s promos from The Ultimate Warrior and Papa Shango and tell me it's not corny back then. I mean, really the only time I can think that you could, like, kind of make an argument that wrestling was doing its best to try to be as real, or WWE, if we're talking about wrestling, are we talking about WWE or are we talking about wrestling in general? I mean, but I'm assuming when you say wrestling, you mean AEW and WWE, but obviously we also could mean, overall, all wrestling as well, right? So I don't know exactly what we're talking about, but maybe just mean all wrestling right now is kind of lame, which, that's understandable. But we are live at 1:55. We got a little bit of time to hang out for a few. Just wanted to come on here, get some rapid fire, anything goes, questions, comments, anger, rage, comments, links, whatever. Which, that's understandable. Wow, my microphone is so bad compared to when I do the show down in the studio room. Jesus, my microphone is terrible up here. Wow. So I apologize for that. Obviously, like normally I do the show from down in my little studio area, but my office. But I just I didn't want to go down there today because again, like I've told you guys this before, you can light the hell out of the place, right? You can light my room downstairs, light it all up, lights everywhere, whatever. But there's no windows. There's no natural real light coming in, and I really love natural real light. And quite honestly, if I had money or if I was rich or if I ever did really well enough, I'd probably build like a watchtower room or something like that where I did my shows from, where I could, close the blinds and make it dark and have lights, or I could just have the windows open, and I would do the show at night in the dark, obviously, with the lights, and then the daytime I would do one in the sun. So today I just came up here and wanted to do hanging up here. I know it's a little bit later than normal, 2 o'clock. It's almost 2 o'clock now. It's a little bit late to be doing this. Usually you want to go live at 11. 10, 11, or 12, 12:30, maybe 1 is the latest. But so we are going live at a later time, which is not a great thing to do. But I'm going to read the chat, so it'll be cool. If you guys want to super chat, they're on. If you want to donate, the donation link's pinned to the top of the stream. If you want to do that, or if you want to just talk in the chat, do that. But feel free to make sure you hit the like button. And tonight is out of nowhere with me and Jake. Me and Jake are going to be live, I think, for the last time. This will be the last free show on YouTube for a little bit, I think. I think we're finally going to go back to the Patreon, I think. We were supposed to go to the Patreon, and we did for about 2 weeks. We did 2 weeks behind the paywall on Patreon, and people were actually donating a ton of, like, hundreds of dollars during the show behind the paywall on Patreon. And the show did really well. Like, you guys... I don't remember exactly how many people we had watching. It was like 60 to 80 people live watching it, and then we got like 180 views or something like that, and that was behind the paywall on Patreon. And that was crazy. And then people were donating during the show, which is unexpected. We weren't even expecting to see that, so that was crazy. And then with all the support during the weeks, we just were like, well, let's just do the show for free for a little while. So tonight, I think, might be the last, but I keep saying that, and then people keep funding the hell out of the show. So, but me and Jake are also going to be recording our other show tonight prior, so that's going to go up on Patreon. So you're going to get that on Patreon, and then I'm going to be doing a little podcast on Patreon as well. I said that last week, but this is the week we're finally doing it, and I'm doing mine. So 2 things on Patreon, behind the paywall. Can't hear them anywhere else but Patreon. Unless you're a member. If you're a member, then I'm going to upload them through a private video as well. So members will get access to it, and patrons on Patreon will get access to it. And if you're both, then obviously you'll get double. I don't know what the difference is. We'll see. Anyway, that's all out of the way. Now I can read the chat and we can do whatever. Let me just rewind up to the top of the chat and let's go through it here. You don't have to donate for me to read stuff. I'll read stuff anyway. Certainly cool if you do, but I'll read anything. Go Hogs for Life is here, and he is a member. And yes, me and Jake are going to be talking about Sexy Red. I mean, we've already talked about how Sexy Red is bizarre anyway, right? With, being just where her weird interactions with Shawn Michaels have been bizarre behind the scenes, so that's been strange as it is. So we'll talk about that. And then she got arrested. She got in a weird thing at NXT at the airport. I think it was before NXT, but I'm gonna read all about it and everything in a few. I've known about it for days, but I'll get to it in a few, and we'll talk about what I think. Yeah, this is primarily Leah's room. Um, Ashley, nice place. Yeah, this is primarily Leah's room. It is a nice house. Um, what am I? I'll be 40 in 15 days or whatever it is. Um, yeah, I mean when did we get the house? When I was 36 or 37, so I never thought we'd have it, so it's pretty cool. But this is Leah's room primarily. That's why his Halloween stuff up still here. It's like Halloween things. This couch over here is going to go in the basement, so the fireplace will be open again. The egg chair back there is like her reading chair. Her books are all over there, obviously. Yeah, and the animals tend to hang in this room. This is like the cat, dog, room as well. So yeah, and then the kitchen turns into the kitchen over there. That's very fun. Actually, if you go back on my videos, you can see the whole tour of the whole house or whatever. I don't know. Back when we first moved in, it's kind of cool. But Go Hogs for Life said, "Is that a BDSM chair behind you?" What up, Go Hogs? No, I know. That's what I said. I said, is this the sex chair? That's what I said to Leah. But yeah, there's no sex in the chair. I wish. I'd just break that chair into pieces. I'd harpoon myself while diving into her. But we just got it actually. I just got her that chair not that long ago. It's not a bad thing. You can go get them for $150 or something. So it was like a gift, and you can just lay in it, read a book. Reading Rainbow. We painted the room not that long ago too. It wasn't green, so we painted it green. Used to be white. The walls were white in here. I like the white because it makes it feel more open, but the green adds the cool atmosphere, and I like green. And so now it's green, white, and black mostly. Anyway, I don't know. I'm talking about this room too much, I feel like, but thank you, Go Hogs. You're my buddy, Chris Dominguez. You want to be buddies with me, man? Thanks for being a member, Go Hogs. As always, Biff Raiden, baby. I might have to break out the Celsius. I don't know. I might have to do it. Guys, everybody right now, though, the best thing you can do is hit that like button. I need help. If you want to hit that like button, that'll help us big time. And remember that tonight is out of nowhere. I almost turned into Joe Biden. I was like, tonight is, it's that thing tonight. Okay. I'm going to read some more chats.
Shit bomb.
Oh, shit.
If NXT and TNA combine and is in trouble, how the women division alone will kill them.
Oh, man. Michael, thank you so much, Michael, for the $5 super chat. If TNA and NXT combine, AEW is in trouble, hell, the women division alone will kill them. I don't think it will kill them because I don't know. Like I don't think it would anything. I don't think that TNA and NXT. I mean, I don't think it will kill AEW, but it will hurt them. I mean, it does hurt. You know what I mean? Because when you're looking at the alternative for WWE, you're like, well, where's the alternative for WWE? Let's think about this real quickly. And by the way, Mike, thank you so much for that donation, bro. That's the let's put you up on the board. When you think about it, there needs to be somewhere a lot of times for people to go, to escape the boring the monotonous WWE. Even if WWE is doing pretty good, like it's always good for another place to go. That's the top dono of the stream. Thanks, Mike. You want a better place to go. And for a while, it doesn't mean that the other place is going to take over WWE. And it doesn't mean that, the other place is going to destroy WWE or ever beat WWE. That's not my expectation. I never want that to be the expectation because I want WWE to always be in existence. That way, all the things we loved over the years continue down a lineage of history with a company that still exists, so we can all always go back and reminisce and see product and see the old WWE and remember it, and it means something. You know what I mean? If the company were to end, then it just feels like, wow, okay, well, WWE was so cool from, 1960 whatever to, 2048 and where it ended. That will be forgotten about eventually. People would eventually forget about it and not know. Just like there were, circuses and there were companies and there were performances that happened in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 60s maybe that are now forgotten about, or rarely talked about, if ever talked about, or even not known about by almost anybody. And so you want that lineage to mean something and everything to mean something. So you wouldn't want the NFL to break up and become, there's no football, and then suddenly a new, LW football league shows up and it becomes the new football everybody watches, and nobody watches football anymore. Or maybe soccer takes over in America and football goes away, and you go, and all the lineage of football is, hey man, it was 120 years of this thing called football, American football, and it was the most watched thing and everybody loved it and everything, but now it's over and it means nothing now to anybody. But at the time it meant so much about who's the most championships, like who's going to win this year. Every year we watch football lineage and history was so important and whatever, and now that was 200 years ago, and it doesn't mean anything to the current world or generation really, other than a little footnote in history that some people may mention, but nobody knows the stats, the players, or really any of the history of it for the most part, except for maybe some crazy weird sports historian that might still follow it or whatever. And eventually that will happen, right? Probably that will happen, like eventually, whether that's because of a meteor hits the earth or a disaster happens or, wars happen or we evolve to some other point. I don't know. But what were we talking about? I feel like we just went way off the rails into something completely different. I think that
version of monetize that. I'm kinda fat. Monetize that. You can monetize that. I'm kinda fat. Tommy NC. Buy me a mask. Tommy NC. I'm kinda fat. Monetize
not in the middle of the day again.
Buy me a mask. Buy me a mask. Do you have 150
Ghost.
bucks? Buy me a mask. Would you please buy me a mask?
Oh my God, bro.
I could ask. Buy me a mask from Tommy NC, and I'm gonna monetize that. Buy me a mask, buy me a mask, buy me a mask, buy me a mask, buy me a mask. Some pyrotechnic flow. I don't like
my God, Ghost just dropped 150 bucks.
Ask me that, ask me this. Monetize that. Can I get a mask from Tommy NC? I'm fat. Can I get a mask? Can I get a mask? Can I get a mask? I want a mask. Can I get a mask?
Let's get this started.
Oh
Cunty.
my God. Let's get this started. Cunty? What the hell? Ghost. Yo, dude. What the hell? Let's get this started. Cunty. And as soon as you said cunty, Leah came downstairs. That's so weird. Hit the like button. The Ghost from the Coast raping Mike's $5 donation. You have raped Mike's $5 donation. This is crazy. My kids are going to be home in about an hour, so I got to calm down with the rape talk until, until when they get home, I'm like, yes, I'm on the computer doing some work. But when they're not home, I'm like, suck cock! But I appreciate it, Mike. Holy shit, but you just got destroyed by the Ghost from the Coast. Maybe we can get Leah to yell cunt from the other room. Leah, yell cunt. He's upstairs with his headphones on screaming, he's got a boner, bro. I know, but he's got headphones on. He can't hear you. Yell cunt. Come on, just go cunt. He won't even hear that. He's got his headphones on. Cunt. I tried, Ghost. But thanks for the $150. Holy crap. In fact, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? You know what? You know what's going to happen now, Ghost? And you're not going to like this, Ghost. I got to be honest. You're not going to like this, Ghost. But I'm going to do it for you and for the chat because of you. I don't even know what's going on because I'm way behind in the chat. I'm like reading like shit from 20 minutes ago. I'm going to do it for you, Ghost. You ready? I don't care what happens. I don't care if I look like a fruitcake. You know what? I expected to come on here for 20 minutes, ramble off some stuff, promote the fact that Out of Nowhere is live tonight right here with Jake DeMarco. We're going to talk about Sexy Red being a hooker at an airport. I mean, everything. But now, because of you, we got to do this. Can you walk by? Where are you going? Wait, we're gonna be able to hear you go to the bathroom? That's worth more than anything. You go on by, turn the camera up. Tease the audience?
No, I'd rather not tease anybody. I just wanted to walk by.
Yeah, okay. Yep, now this is happening. Now this is happening. Now this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. Mmm. 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 Oh. Alright, sorry, Mike, you gotta go, brother. Ghost from the coast. But okay, let's go back to the original question because we got completely derailed here. My wife leaving. No, we got completely distracted there for a minute. So let's get, first of all, Ghost from the coast, top dono. What a beast! Everyone draw ghosts in the chat and dicks and stuff. I don't know, but no, TNA and NXT gonna kill AEW? No, I don't think so. But the thing about it is that they are taking that space away. Like right now, we know at this point whether they're also WWE fans or whether they're like other non-WWE fans that will only watch alternate wrestling sites and people like that, right? Whatever that is, we know that it exists. We don't know how much, and we have a good idea that there's about 1 million viewers possible, right? At least in America, right? I don't know what the numbers are worldwide or whatever, but I mean, like in America, we know there's like 1 million people. And so because of that, there's that real estate. 1 million people. Like there's not much more. If you brought CM Punk, Edge, and everybody and all these people into AEW, like, I mean, yeah, that maybe 1.3 million people. It seems like that's about what we hit in the heyday of AEW, when all eyes were on it, excited about this new thing, and we brought in names like CM Punk. You hit like 1.3 million people or whatever it was, 1.2, whatever. So, there's 1.3 million viewers to be potentially had. For sure. And so you could really just make a realistic claim of 1 million, right? And so with NXT doing 680,000 to about 800,000, you're pretty close to that cap. But you do have the crutch of the WWE, main WWE promoting your show to have that support and crutch. AEW has the good nature and goodwill that they've acquired over the last, few years since they started the company, and that audience that's dedicated to watching them. I would say that there's probably 500 to 600,000 completely dedicated AEW fans. Like I don't think 500 to 600,000 people are really going to go away for the most part, for a while at least. Like it'd have to get even worse and way bad for it to get worse. So, you got the 500 and 600,000 loyalists. Then you got a couple 100,000 hate watchers, that are watching, but they're like, this is retarded, and they're watching negatively. And then you have, probably after that, you probably have about, 200 to 400,000 potential viewers that you don't have right now because the people don't like it.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Cronin.
I know. I don't know what it is. You said my name, Tactics? Okay. You say my name, baby. All right, I'm going to rapid fire read down the comments section so I can try to get to where we were because I was way off. Here, let's see. Did Leah leave the house? Or did she go upstairs? I think she's upstairs. Yeah. Okay, so Ghost, thank you for the $150, man. That was awesome. That was really cool. I had not. I got to get back to on track because I got sidetracked. I was only gonna do 20 minutes, and now I'm 20 minutes in. We got. I got like probably about 50 minutes left to an hour that I could possibly go, but I'm probably gonna go 20 more minutes, but maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna go longer now because Ghost dropped a bomb. Okay, BDSM chair, we answered that. Go Hogs for life, thank you, bro. ADTR, what's up, man? Michael Park, how you doing? You don't age, Joe? Thank you, Michael. Although I think I do, because I'm getting these lines. See this line over here? See these lines? I didn't used to have these. So I need to, if I do this. Now I feel like I don't age. But yeah, kind of crazy, almost 40. Star Sale is here. Wrestling is mid now. Texas Chode House is a member, and he's here. Good evening, everyone. Is it evening already? Damn, I'm still counting this as the afternoon because I'll be live this evening with Jake for Out of Nowhere right here on the channel. Dink and Doink, greater than AEW. Some people could make that argument for sure. Alfredo Flores, a.k.a. King Rhino, hashtag finish the story. Damn. Alfredo, that's a long name, dude. That's a huge name. Good evening, everyone. Damn, you said good evening too? Fuck you people. I'm saying good afternoon, man. I don't want this to be evening yet. I had a job thing today I was at for like 2 hours. It like took out half the day. Brian says Joe is daddy. Thank you. Okay, cool. Come over here and I'll be your daddy. Alicia, what's up? Alicia says that too. Okay, well, I'd rather a girl say it than you, but I mean, I'll go by if Alicia's, you throw her into the equation. We got Alicia. Well, at least there's some females here. We're not all whatever. Chandra. Is it Chandra or Chandra? Or is it Chandra? Because I usually say Chandra. But Chandra, if I fuck that up, please tell me how you doing. I've been out of the loop for a bit. Ricochet left WWE, or is he going to AEW? Honestly, we don't have high hopes for that. Prince Puma coming back says Lockdown King. Lockdown, damn, how you been, dude? I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, Ricochet's gone for sure. Like, Ricochet has definitely left the company. I don't know that to be 100%. I believe it to be 100% true. From the minute I heard it, I believed it. And then seeing the story that they went with the other day with writing him off TV, for sure. I mean, dude, the guy took off. And for all we know, he took off for a year to 2 years, you know, and maybe he'll come back. I'm sure Triple H and all the people at WWE said, hey, this door is always open. You know, go have fun and go do your thing, and then we'll be here when you're done, when you get out of your system or whatever, if you want to come back, whatever. And I'm sure that's probably what's going to happen. He's probably going to go on the independents. He might even sign with AEW on like a loose contract situation, like, hey, you know, give me $100,000 and I'll wrestle for you whenever you need me on a Wednesday and on a pay-per-view, and once in a while other times, and I can go wrestle wherever else I want to for the most part, as long as I'm not in a big story with somebody or something like that. I'm sure it's some loose contract like that, you know what I mean? And so he's going to still see his girl, Samantha, whatever her face is. I like her as an announcer. People crap on her. I like her. I think she's a little bit, catered to as like this gushed over, she's a ring announcer. But everybody likes her. The bottom line is people like her. You know, how much you like her and how much she should be praised and how much she should be liked, you could argue about that, but is it a little cringe sometimes? Sure, but I like her. And I liked how they involved her in the storyline the other day. And I think she's going to be, and it's fine. She'll be there and he'll be somewhere else. That's what's going to happen. And I mean, that's what could happen with Becky. Becky and Seth, that could happen too. Although I don't think Becky's going to leave. I think WWE will pay up for Becky. Not only will they pay up for Becky, I think, but they'll acquiesce to whatever, type of mama schedule she wants, which is fine. Texas Chode House, thank you so much, dude. Federico Garza, what's up, sexy pants? What up, Jay Swiss? TKO Rising is here. Holy crap. Spectral Citizen, we're in the middle of the day. Ghost from the Coast dropped a $150 bomb. Spectral Citizen, Luis Urdaneta, shout out to you guys for being members. Novanix is here. Tommy will bring back Mailbox Sunday tonight. That's cool. All right, so maybe tonight on Out of Nowhere we'll get Mailbox Wednesday. Good. I'm a good rapper. Tommy NC voice. I'm a good raper. I don't know. Oh, Brad, I hope your dad's okay. If he's having heart surgery, I'm probably gonna have heart surgery someday, based on what I've been eating. Greg P, are you reading off a teleprompter? Yeah, it looks like I am. It really does look like I'm reading off a teleprompter. I can't stop twisting my head this way. It's driving me nuts. I would never do that downstairs, but I just gotta try to like look straight like this. Did you see one last program between CM Punk and The Rock for WWE Championship? I think they should try their best to get as many of the bigger name stars to wrestle as much as they can. So if they can do something with Punk and The Rock, then yeah, I would think they should try to do that. I don't think it's that likely. I wouldn't put a lot of money on it that we're going to see it. Could we see an interaction with the two of them? Yeah, that's what I think will happen. But to actually get The Rock versus somebody, it seems very hard for that to happen. You know, think of how crazy it was and hard it was for that to happen at WrestleMania. So to get The Rock in a match with someone, it takes a lot, and you could be waiting a while. And how many more matches does The Rock realistically have? I mean, take a vote. In the chat right now, how many matches do you think The Rock has left in him, in his life, in his career? How many will we realistically see? Like that's the question. How many of those are we going to see? Are we going to see is it only WrestleMania? Is it going to be at another show? When is he going to wrestle? So I'm going to say probably closer to 3. What? You want me to have a colonoscopy? So I would say the numbers. I don't know, man. I mean, I want to say like 10, but are we gonna see The Rock wrestle 10 times, 10 people? Maybe. I'm gonna say. I think the number's 3 to 5. How many physical matches, whether it's a tag match or a one-on-one match or whatever, is The Rock gonna have? I would say it's 3 to 5. You know, before somebody gets too hurt or sick or dies or whatever. Realistically, The Rock probably can wrestle those matches in the next 15 years.
I've been good, just trying to catch up on the Spot Fests I've missed. Lol, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, Lockdown King. I'm doing good, man. Thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. Yeah, man. AEW interest has gone down for me, but we're still watching it. I'm just not reviewing it every week, and it's gone down a bit. And my WWE Raw interest is down a bit again. And my regular work schedule has gone crazy, so I've been doing more of that. I've been able to live stream about 2 or 3 times a week, which has been nice, but I haven't been able to put out a lot of videos. So not a lot of videos this... where a couple months ago I was dropping videos a lot, and we're actually getting a lot of views on the videos. If you guys go back and look, I mean, remember the Tony Khan videos I was making? Those are doing really well.
Leah's thoughts on Hunter Biden charges?
Leah? Oh, are you there? Well, why didn't you ask her thoughts on the Trump charges? What are your thoughts on the Hunter Biden charges?
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about any of that.
She said she doesn't give a shit.
Politics.
What?
It's a bunch of dumb, stupid politics, and nobody's gonna be punished for anything, so who cares?
Okay, well, Leah says nobody will be punished for anything, so who cares? So there you go, Goon. Thanks for asking, though. Yeah, basically, it's just a wash. Yeah, I think that they did it to Biden on purpose so they could say they did something, because they're not charging him with all the crazy other stuff. But then again, could they charge him for anything else? I mean, there's all that stuff on the laptop, but that doesn't mean that you can't charge him for a crime, I don't think, right? Because, like, what he did some crack... But he's in photos with, isn't he in photos with underage women and stuff like that? So I don't know the facts of everything, right? Like, I would assume that if the guy is in a bunch of photos, there are young girls dressed up like goth hookers in photos with him. I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? So what could you charge for that? But so in my opinion, without knowing all the facts, I would tell you that it seems like they purposely are going through with they're allowing the gun charge stuff because, well, that's the least, what the hell is going to hurt him the most? But you're supposed to go to jail on a charge like this. Is he going to, what'd be funny is if Trump wins presidency and then Trump pardons Biden. Trump pardons him out for Joe. It looks bad if Joe does it, so I'm sure Joe doesn't want to do it. So they're probably going to try to get the most minimal sentence possible for him, because I don't know. It's all kind of bullshit, really. I mean, Hunter Biden is not Joe Biden, but Joe Biden has clearly done some crazy stuff that needs to be looked at. Hunter has clearly done some crazy stuff that is being looked at, and this is the first thing. Trump has definitely done some things as well, but a lot of Trump's stuff is not being fairly handled to me, but also that they need to handle it after the election. And I know that there's an argument you could say, well, if Trump did certain things wrong or whatever, that it should be handled before he becomes president. Why would you? It's like if a president found out a president was killing people and now he's running for president. Well, no, don't put him in jail. He's got to wait until after the court, because he might be a killer. He might have killed people. That's a crime too. So I get that argument, but at this point, I think you need to let the election happen. At this point, I think that Joe Biden and needs to be looked at as soon as he's away. And I know that it should be now, but in the interest of not trying to militarize and politically hold captive a politician that is running and already in the people's eyes their candidate, I would say to make it fair for everybody, just let everybody run, let everybody do it. And then the winner's the winner, and then after that. But honestly, you could be looking at a situation where the loser goes to jail. I mean, that's crazy. So I'm a little concerned. You should be concerned with what you're seeing, I think. I'm pretty concerned with what we're seeing here, because there are some things that Trump has done on the books and stuff like that could be looked at and could potentially be sort of criminal and stuff like that. Obviously, this felony thing that happened to him is most of it's horse shit, or not handled correctly and just out of the ordinary, very bizarre. And everybody agrees with that. Most people on the left even agree with that. It's like 60 to 70% of people know that what happened to Trump recently was really horse shit. And most people know what happened to Hunter Biden has happened because there's way bigger things that he's done, and they want to get him for that. But this is the only thing that they can really get accepted right now. So they'll take anything. So we're in this weird situation with all this stuff, but it's bad either way. You don't want Trump to get in and then Biden go to jail, and you don't want Biden to get in and Trump to go to jail, because if you do that, you really light up a country. You really gaslight a country into oh my God, they're against us. He's Hitler. He's a communist. He's Stalin, whatever. Now, Trump in the past has said he would lock up Hillary and all these other people, and he didn't do it. I think that's because potentially he couldn't, and also that he knows, this wouldn't look good. I'm not going to do that. I don't think Trump would ever do anything unless he 100% knew he was going to do it. He could do it. I know that he likes to say it tongue-in-cheek, that's all he did. People said, why did you say, you were going to lock up Hillary? So, you can criticize. The funny thing about this is people are criticizing, Biden that, you're going to lock up your political opponent. But, Trump said he would lock up Hillary for the most part. He said you should be in jail. They should lock her up. His fans chanted lock her up. And he was very honestly on the side of, yeah, she should be in jail. And so it's kind of hypocritical. It's like, how about you guys all admit that you've been talking about putting each other in jail? But this is the first time someone's actually acting on it. That's what's important. Hillary can say that Trump was a fake president, like she did, or whatever she said, something like that. Illegitimate president is what she said. So Hillary said illegitimate president. Biden said illegitimate president. Trump said Biden's an illegitimate president. And what they're all doing is sowing this seed of like, oh, elections are fake in America. Like, no one's a legitimate president. And so I really hate that. It really has pissed me off. Because now when Biden loses, his whole base is going to talk about how Trump's illegitimate again. Because they already talked about how he was illegitimate the last time. And then when Trump lost, he said the election was stolen. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, I just think about this. No matter what, you're looking at the potential of one of these people going to jail. So whoever loses could go to jail. And whoever wins, the other side is going to say it's illegitimate somehow. Fucking crazy. So that's not good.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
Hey Joe, have you seen the new footage for Path of Exile 2?
Yes.
Crazy how good it looks being a free game, and it's way better than Diablo 4.
Thank you, Colonel Stutters. One thing you can't replace with Path of Exile 2, or with Path of Exile, or Grinding Gear Games out of New Zealand, is their passion. When Diablo 2 came out, and Diablo 1 and 2 were just killing it and crushing it and doing so well, the reason why they did so well was because Blizzard North, or whatever they were called before Blizzard North, I forget what they were called, they created this game out of passion, love, interest. Like, they were excited. They had their own team. David Brevik and all these people that worked on it, they did such a great job of being excited, and there was it was a love, it was a passion. And then when Blizzard bought them, and then they turned them into Blizzard North, that's when they were crushing it. But when Blizzard absorbed Blizzard North, and it all just became Blizzard, and they got rid of all those people, and David Brevik left, and a lot of the people that worked on Diablo 2 left, and Diablo 3 was started with some of the people from Blizzard North, and mostly none, and the new, Diablo team of Diablo 3, and then you had people from World of Warcraft coming over to work on Diablo 3. It just, it lost its... It's not that they didn't have passion, because they did. They had passion for what they were doing, and they were trying to make something, but there was a lot of different passions coming in from different directions for Diablo 3. So, Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, Blizzard North, or whatever it was called before Blizzard North bought it, right? So Blizzard buys it, then they name it Blizzard North. David Brevik leaves, though, after that, and everybody leaves, and then they make Diablo 3. And Diablo 3 is a mix of a couple of Blizzard North people, but mostly Blizzard people, and a lot of the World of Warcraft team coming over into Diablo 3. And they don't know what the hell they were doing as far as a lot of stuff Diablo-wise. And then the problem is, the culture of Diablo changed, because the culture now of Diablo 3, people that now love Diablo 3 are a different culture. They're like a hybrid, right? And so the Diablo 2 people don't know where to go, and they got into Path of Exile. And Path of Exile, made by Grinding Gear Games over in New Zealand, they have one singular focus of, we're making Path of Exile. We're making this like Diablo 2 on steroids. Like, what if Diablo 2 was a psycho mutant game that was nuts? And that's what they've done, and people love it. That's why anybody who loved Diablo 2 is playing Path of Exile, and going to play Path of Exile 2. They're not going to play Diablo 3, and they're not even going to really play Diablo 4 that much either. Although I'm seeing a lot of Path of Exile people are playing Diablo 4 as opposed to Diablo 3. But in my opinion, it's silly, because Diablo 3... I still have more fun playing Diablo 3 at this point, but I wish... but there are things in Diablo 2 that I wish they could throw in Diablo 3, and there are things in Diablo 3 that they get wrong in Diablo 4, and I'm like, how can you get this wrong in Diablo 4 when you just spent 12 years on Diablo 3 figuring it out? Now you have a new game, and you don't have it automatically in the game? It's like they're retarded over there. So, Path of Exile... And the answer is that they are, because the developers have talked about this. They're like, oh yeah, we didn't look at that. You didn't look at that? So when they made Diablo 4, guys, they used the infrastructure of Diablo 3. And by infrastructure, I'm talking about the engine. All the engine backgrounds and shortcuts to make the game, they used a lot of that same map. So a lot of the same errors that were in Diablo 3 are in Diablo 4. But those people that worked on Diablo 3 aren't really there anymore. So now the Diablo 4 team has to start from scratch figuring out how to solve these problems for their game when Diablo 3 has already figured out how to solve those problems for their game years ago. So, but because Diablo 4 is different, they have to rediscover how to solve the problem. And so it's like NASA. It's exactly like fucking NASA. Hey, why don't we go back to the moon? We lost the tapes. What? We knew how to go to the moon, now we don't know how to go to the moon is sufficient? It doesn't make any sense.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife.
Oh, don't get me started on this, Joe. I've been saying it's gonna happen for years. Hey, what happens if we put weapons on the border of Russia? I wonder if Russia's gonna attack Ukraine. Hey, what happens if people put weapons on the coast of Florida? Oh, you don't like that? Well, guess what? Neither does Russia.
Rumor is there is another Russian submarine chilling off New Jersey and New York till June 30th.
Yep, so there's a Russian submarine right off the East Coast now, New Jersey and New York, huge Russian submarine. There's another one in Florida. They're saying they're just running war games in Cuba. That's not true. We know it, they know it, and now there's one over here on this coast. It's Russia making a threat because we're threatening them. So this is their threat. Oh, you do, like, we're allowing Americans, our ammunition to be used in Russia. So we are allowing our weapons now to be used in Russia. That's what our government just did. So Joe Biden and those fuckfaces, they're all laundering money to Ukraine. All our tax dollars, my fucking tax dollars, are going to fund wars in Ukraine. And we're on the border of Russia. We're threatening them with NATO and everybody else. And now Russia's had enough. And now we're using our weapons over there. So this is Russia's response. Okay, well, we're going to send our nuclear subs over near your land and threaten you. So that's what's going on. I think it's all a game. I think Joe Biden and our government they're all making money and they love it, right? All this money is going to Ukraine with this fake war. And who else likes it? Putin likes it too. Because guess what? The Russian economy is doing awesome. So all the warmongers of America, and they're in the Republicans and the Democrats, they're all warmongers. They're all making money off the Ukraine proxy war that's going on right now. We all know it's a fake fucking proxy war, and if you don't know what's going on, like, I don't know if you're living on a rock, you don't care, you're like, whatever. It's all fake, it's money laundering, and it's a proxy war. Why would you purposely provoke Russia? Why are we over there? Doesn't make sense. It's all just for money and for profit. But Putin likes it too, because for Putin, I start little fights in Ukraine with NATO and whoever else wants to have a little fight. Oh, my economy's crushing it. So Russia's money is kicking ass. Russia's everything is kicking ass. Russian people are probably pretty happy. I don't think they're happy they're not happy about it either, the same way we're not happy about it. But they're unhappy in a different way because their economy's doing well. So in Russia, they're like, yeah, we don't like that, and we wish you'd stop that. Why are we doing that? But they're also like, America's fucking weird. So they do think we're weird. And on top of that, they're doing well. So they're like, hey, we're the good guys. So Russia thinks they're the good guys. The people of Russia think they're the good guys, and I think they might be too, in some cases. But they've done some terrible things as well, and Putin's done some things wrong as well, and he's making money from this too. So Joe Biden, Russia, Putin, NATO, whoever the hell, they're all making money. You know who's not making money? The American people aren't making money. Russian people, thumbs up. Russian economy, thumbs up. Joe Biden, all the warmongers on the left and the right, and the people in office right now, thumbs up. You know who's got a thumbs down? The Ukraine people, I think. I don't know 100% on what's up in the Ukraine people, but I'm assuming the Ukraine people are not happy, right? So mostly, I mean, maybe that's untrue. Maybe some areas of Ukraine I think are still doing really well and they're having fun. I don't know. But maybe they're not. Maybe they're rich because they're getting our money. So maybe the Ukraine's actually happy. I don't know. But I'm sure there are a lot of people in Ukraine that are not happy because there are dead people. There are destroyed areas. There's land that's been seized. There's rules and things. There's men that had to sign up for the military. Families were destroyed. People had to leave the country, be separated from their husbands. So there's been a lot of negativity with that in Ukraine. So Ukraine people, and certainly there are some of that in Russia too. The military families are probably not too happy either in Russia. The military families, because those are husbands and wives that are gone to fight, and many of them have died. Many of them are fighting away from their families. So the military families in Russia, not good. and the military side of things in Ukraine not good, and I'd say a lot of the people not good as well, and American people not good also. But Russian people, Russian economy, and our political leaders all very happy. That's just the facts. Write it down on paper, who's benefiting and who's not, and figure out what's going on, because that's all you need to do. Write down who's benefiting money-wise, and that's all you need to do. So, I guess Joe Biden likes helping Putin. It appears to me that America loves helping Putin and loves giving tons of money to Ukraine, but they love shitting on Americans. But some people are going to vote for Joe Biden, so I don't know. Go ahead. Watch what happens. I'd love to have another 4 years to watch it. I'd love to show you. I can't wait. Watch what happens next. It'll be exciting. When your kids are dying in war. Joe Bishop says, but they may fight. They may force the war anyway, no matter who's president. So I mean, the deep state runs this whole deal. So can you imagine Trump gets in? All they got to do is the deep state's got to just fire up its terrorist intels and cartels all over the world. All they got to do is bomb some things. That's all they got to do. Doesn't matter. Biden's not president. Trump's going to be president. And Trump says, "Nah, I'm not doing that. We're not getting involved." You know. And then all they got to do is blow up a few naval bases in America, blow up a couple buildings in America. And then what is Trump going to do? The military captains are all going to go to Trump, and they're going to be like, "Trump, like we got to do something." And Trump's going to be like, "You made a mistake." And now Trump has to do something, and Trump's a tough guy, and now they force him into it. So regardless of who's president, you could be forced into this war anyway. Is Trump smart enough? Are these people all smart enough to know that they're being that there's a false flag coming, and that they'll be false flagged up the ass until they do something? That's what September 11th was. We got to blow up some buildings so the Americans will go to war, because America doesn't want to go to war. How are we going to get Americans to go to Iraq and to go to war when they've already been suckered into that for years? They're not going to do it. They're having too much fun on AOL and downloading songs on Napster and watching MTV and stuff. How are we going to get people to do it? Well, how about an attack on American soil? So, Joe Bishop, thank you for the $9. Rumor is there's another Russian sub. Yeah, so Russian sub. There's another one. It could. I mean, I think it is part of a training and part of an intimidation. I think it's both. I think it's, hey, let's run some training exercises. You know, it'll create news, this type of news. It will get people like us talking about what we're doing wrong. It forces you to think, is what it does. That's what it is. Putin is forcing the American people to think. It's not necessarily that I don't even think that it's about Joe Biden and the American government. He's forcing the people to think. Putin is saying, like, hey, look at this. And now we're all talking about it. Do we really want Russian warships? Oh, maybe Russia doesn't want NATO setting up missiles on its border. How do you like it? Like, would you be okay if we got news that Russia and their allies were setting up a base in Cuba or off the coast of something near America? You would not be happy about it, really. You'd be like, "What? Why is that happening? That's weird. I don't like that." And then if Joe Biden said, "Well, you guys better stop that, or we're going to invade Cuba. You better stop putting that shit in Cuba, or we're going to come in and take Cuba back to America." Although we never had it in the first place, but take Cuba. We're just going to take it. We're going to invade Cuba. Do you guys agree with that? Because that's what's happening in Ukraine. You know, it's like, it's crazy. I don't know. Anyway, we're getting off on rants because you guys are triggering me with all this, whatever. We can go back to wrestling now. You know, I don't know. It's up to you guys. Bro, what the F? The Ghost in the Coast, what's up, man? I don't know. I'm going off on rants. I'm getting crazy. And I don't 100% know the answers to everything I'm saying. I'm just ranting about things. I don't know. All a couple of 100 miles terrain is insane. All over a couple of 100 miles of terrain is insane. Yes. Because I don't think it's just about a couple 100 miles of terrain. It's about the military position of NATO, I think. In America, it's about Putin wants to take back the Soviet Union, which the people love. I think it's both, to be honest. I think that's the problem. Is it's really both. It's Putin doesn't want the enemy set up on land that he thinks he should own, And, okay, well, I'm just going to go take the land back anyway. I wanted to anyway, and so now this is a good reason to. So it's all of it. Putin wants that land, and certainly doesn't want enemies set up on the land with weapons. So it's really is both are right, in my opinion. And that's why everybody's arguing, because it's a gray area like everything. It's not just one bad, good, good, bad. It's everybody's got a lot of bad in them, and some good as well.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Some kids are gonna be back in like 5 seconds.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, my kids will be home soon, so I gotta jump off soon, I think. Killer of Demons, how you doing? Joe Bishop, Go Hogs, how you doing? Did I miss some comments? I'm sorry if I did. Yo, Bryce, how you doing, Bryce? Ghost from the Coast dropped $150. What a beast! I think I'm. I mean, I could stay on and run downstairs and stay on, or I could let my kids jump on. I don't know, but I'll go about 5 or 10 more minutes, maybe. Maybe. Just yeah, it's so bad. It's retconning prequels. What's retconning prequels? I'm still here, Go Hogs. By the way, guys, click that like button. Let's see if we can get 100. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm gonna hang out for a few more minutes. Did you see Star Wars? It's at an all-time low. Yeah, there is no way. There is not a chance in hell I'm watching Star Wars Acolyte or whatever that is. After seeing the comments by the creators, like and stuff like, oh, we were trying to make white people angry. Okay. Why? Like what? I'm just not gonna watch it, bro. I'm not even gonna do it. I haven't liked Star Wars since I think The Force Awakens, the first you know, the new one, and what was it? The first J.J. Abrams, Force Awakens. I think that one was acceptable, and I was like, okay, this isn't quite right, but it feels a lot more like this gritty Star Wars type of thing. So like it's all right. Like, I mean, I thought it was maybe a 7 out of 10. It's like all J.J. Abrams movies, or at least his first ones. The first Star Trek, 2009. Yeah, it wasn't really Star Trek, and yeah, it was an alternate timeline, and things felt weird or whatever. But for a popcorn action movie in the theme of Star Trek, I thought it was really good for that. I thought it was only a 6 or 7 out of 10 movie myself, but it's probably the best Star Trek movie of the new movies, but although the third one is more Star Trek, but I don't think it's as exciting as the first one. So even though the first one isn't Star Trek enough or doesn't follow the rules of Star Trek as much, I feel like the third one does, but the third one still isn't as quite a good movie as the first one. So again, you know, J.J. Abrams knocks out a 7 out of 10 movie, which he's been known to do. And I think Star Wars Force Awakens was kind of like that. And I actually kind of like the last one a little bit. But, you know, J.J. Abrams seemed to stay away from the woke crap and make a movie that was, you know, it had a female lead. It had, you know, a black main character. But it's like, why do people focus on that stuff? I don't understand it. Like, Lando Calrissian is one of the main characters of the original Star Wars. Like, when you run down Star Wars, it's like Luke and Han Solo and Darth Vader and like Yoda and Chewie and Princess Leia, and you know, Lando Calrissian is on that top 10 list. So I you know, to check, it's so goofy that people are so obsessed with race and sexuality and stuff. It's retarded. And yes, now do you want to make sure
wrestling shows for over 30 years? Never in all that time have I ever felt until last Sunday that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Thoughts on XAU wrestlers pointing at each other on NXT?
Thoughts at XAW wrestlers pointing at each other. What do you mean pointing at each other? El Tapo, thank you for the $3. The other night I saw Cody Rhodes come into the back, and it was like all the XAW guys, and he said, "Oh, you guys are doing really well here," or whatever. I mean, that was kind of funny. Oh, that's weird. you know, I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny, I guess. I'm like, all right, okay. You know, people don't like when AEW always references WWE, and WWE has done a lot of, NXT at least has done a lot of referencing, you know, AEW talent. Like there's no real reason to, you know, do these scenes with Cody and the former AEW guys other than to wink to the fans who know. Like if you know, you know, and then they're tweeting it out even. It's like, I don't know. I would just, I guess it's hard for a lot of people to not make a joke or make a comment on it, I suppose. But I don't care either way. I'm not mad at it. I don't think it's amazing. I just think it's, I don't know what it does really, but it is whatever. They made Spider-Man meme in real life. Yeah, they did. They did make that. Did you see all the video games this year with the black female leads? I ain't hating on it, but they all look like the same exact character in 5 different games. Yeah. DJ Scandalous, it's pretty pathetic. Pretty sad. Just like Star Trek Discovery. It's all emotional and black female lead, and now the new Star Wars, it's always like a black female lead or something like that, and it's like, okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's a lot of white and male and female leads of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s where it's always a white guy, it's always a white girl. Like usually once in a while there's a black lead or something. So I get it. You know, they're trying to like make up whatever, but it's just so obvious. And what the problem is when I see that, it's not that that's not good or there's a problem with that in itself, but what it usually tells you is that that's all they care about. They don't care about the story being good or anything else being good, and usually the writers are retards. They just care about representation and virtue signaling. And that's the problem with it. That's the issue. I thought Star Trek Picard Season 3 was great, and it had the black lady, Raffi, who I thought was atrociously terrible. Seasons 1 and 2, she was terrible, hateable, terrible person, terrible fucking character. 7 of 9 was not great either. And then they become lesbians, and then they break up. And in the first 2 seasons, it was nauseating and terrible, and it didn't make sense. And they got together for no reason, it seemed, and there was no story, and it was just to do that. But in Season 3 of Picard, I didn't mind her. I thought she was all right. I just didn't think the character was very Star Trek. But then I thought they were fine in Season 3, and I enjoyed it. And the reason is because of the writing. Because it was a completely different writer. It was Terry Matalas and his crew from 12 Monkeys who wrote Season 3 of Picard after Season 1 and 2 were terrible. And if you watch Season 1, 2, and 3 of Picard, and you were like, I didn't really like Seasons 1 and 2, or I hated Seasons 1 and 2, but wow, Season 3 was really good. Yes, it was because the original cast came back as well, and they had more to write with because of that, but it's because it was a whole different writing team. A whole different writing team. So that's the problem. Is these people write for the virtue signal first, and then, you know, they worry about everything else later. Because there's so many great, there have been great minority leads. I mean, Michelle Yeoh is in everywhere all at once, or whatever that movie was that came out a year and a half ago or whatever it was. I really like that movie, and she's great in it. She's a lead. She's female, and she's, I think, Japanese, right? I'm not sure. No, is she Chinese? She's Chinese. But so good. I mean, there's countless examples of this over the years. We could go into a million of them. But the virtue signaling is, you just know that they didn't care. You know, it's really bad what they're doing to everybody. The Karen Reid trial is nuts, by the way. If you just haven't been watching that here in Canton, it's been wild. Star Wars is on life support. I think it's like lost 60% of its core audience. I'd say it's probably lost. I think it's more like 40% of its. I think 40% of the audience is gone. Maybe not though. And then there's a lot of people that still are always going to love the original stuff, but they just can't get into this crap, this new crap. And there's a lot of people that are watching it anyway to see if they like it. I don't know. Colonel Stutters, thanks for the dono. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Thank you. That's what it is. I still got my Yankees. What's up, Aerodonetta? Yeah, I guess I suppose I gotta be getting out of here in a minute. El Tapo, thank you for the $3. And remember, guys, tonight we are going to be live for Out of Nowhere with Jake DeMarco live here on the channel. So be here for that. And let me just see what Leah wants.
And you can come on with them. Huh?
Brenna.
Can I come?
Come on. I'm trying to tell my daughter to come. Let's rewind. I just want to thank the people real quickly. And then tonight we're going to do Out of Nowhere. That happened in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 60s maybe, that are now forgotten about, rarely talked about, if ever talked about, or even not known about by almost anybody. And so you want that lineage to mean something and everything to mean something. So you wouldn't want the NFL to break up and become, you know, there's no football, and then suddenly a new, you know, LW football league shows up and it becomes the new football everybody watches, and nobody watches football anymore. Or maybe soccer takes over in America and football goes away, and you go, and all the lineage of football is, hey man, it was 120 years of this thing called football, American football, and it was the most watched thing and everybody loved it and everything, but now it's over and it means nothing now to anybody. But at the time, it meant so much about who's the most championships, like who's going to win this year. Every year we watch. Football lineage and history was so important and whatever. And you know, now that was 200 years ago, and it doesn't mean anything to the current world or generation, really, other than a little footnote in history that some people may mention, but nobody knows the stats, the players, or really any of the history of it for the most part, except for maybe some crazy, weird sports historian that might still follow it or whatever. And eventually that will happen, right? Probably that will happen, like eventually, whether that's because of a meteor hits the earth or a disaster happens, or, you know, wars happen, or we evolve to some other point. I don't know. But what were we talking about? I feel like we just went way off the rails into something completely different. I think that
Version of monetize that. I'm kinda fat. Monetize that. You can monetize that. I'm kinda fat. Tommy NC. Buy me
What?
a mask. Tommy NC. I'm kinda fat.
Not in the middle of the
Buy
day
me a
again.
mask. Buy me a mask. Buy me a mask. Do you have 150
Ghost.
bucks? Buy me a mask. Would you please buy me a mask? Buy
Oh
me
my
a mask.
God, bro.
I could ask. Buy me a mask from Tommy NC, and I'm gonna buy monetize that. Buy me a mask, buy me a mask, buy me a mask, buy me a mask, buy me a mask from Pyroclastic Flow. I don't like
my
blacks.
God, Ghost just
Pyroclastic
dropped
Flow. I
150
don't like blacks.
bucks.
Ask me that, ask me this, monetize that, monetize that. Can I get a mask from Tommy NC? I'm fat. Can I get a mask? Can I get a mask? Can I get a mask? I want a mask. Can I get a mask?
Let's get this started.
Oh
Cunty.
my God. Let's get this started. Cunty? What the hell? Ghost. Yo, dude. What the hell? Let's get this started. Cunty. And as soon as you said cunty, Leah came downstairs. That's so weird. Hit the like button. The Ghost from the Coast raping Mike's $5 donation. You have raped Mike's $5 donation. This is crazy. My kids are going to be home in about an hour, so I got to calm down with the rape talk until, until when they get home, I'm like, yes, I'm on the computer doing some work. But when they're not home, I'm like, suck cock! But I appreciate it, Mike. Holy shit, but you just got destroyed by the ghost from the coast. Maybe we can get Leah to yell cunt from the other room. Leah, yell cunt. He's upstairs with his headphones on screaming, he's got a boner, bro. I know, but he's got headphones on. He can't hear you. Yell cunt. My daughter's back and she's having a meltdown, so I'm sorry. My daughter is having a meltdown. I had to drag her out of my truck because Leah's got to go get Finn from school, and she wouldn't get out, so I had to drag her out of there. Okay, I'm back real quick to tell you that we'll be live for Out of Nowhere tonight. El Tapo, thank you for the $3. Joe Bishop, thank you for the $9. Colonel Stutters, thank you for the $3. The Goon, thank you for the $2. Lockdown King, $5, thank you. Will Tactics, $1.99. The Ghost from the Coast for dropping the bomb. Michael dropped $5 before that. Thank you to Michael. And the Ghost from the Coast with the big $150 freak job right there. Leah knew what was up. Yeah. The Ghost strikes in the afternoon, baby. Yeah, he does. Tonight, Out of Nowhere, be there for that. We're going to talk about Sexy Red, maybe arrested, the whole airport thing. We'll talk about that. We get some more, tons of cringy videos of Sexy Red and Shawn Michaels. Like, there's so many. There's a lot of that. Then there's quite a few other ones as well. So then there's all the wrestling news and ratings, and we'll talk about the ratings of Raw and AEW and whatever happens on Dynamite tonight. We can go into some of that. We can go into the world, your world, our world, whatever world we want to talk about, and we'll have fun. We'll do about an hour and a half tonight, maybe hour to hour and a half Out of Nowhere. I think that's everything. And if anybody has anything you want us to talk about, it just make sure you tell us about it in the chat tonight, or whatever you want to do. That's about it. Can't see. You can see me. Oh, the donation, that was from earlier. It was from earlier. So it was probably the last one that came through. So there's only one more. So. I didn't have a Celsius today. I didn't have any cyanide today, no. Leah knew what was up, yeah. Out of Nowhere is tonight, JJ Hunter, yes. Have to pray Paramount gets bought and restructured for Star Trek, yeah. You almost have to pray, DJ Scandalous says, and he's right, that Star Trek gets purchased by a company that's not stupid and woke and weird. But, I mean, dude, what are the odds of that happening? There's more odds that it gets worse. Hi, B. You want something to eat? No. You have a rough day? I'm sorry. Maybe we still can. I don't. We haven't even talked about it yet. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. We just went and played. We went to the arcade last week. We can do that again, maybe. Want to do that again this week? No. I'm sorry. How long is she really in Florida? Like 14 days?
No, 19.
19 days? That's a long time in Florida. Who are they? Are they staying with somebody? Florida for 19 days is nuts.
She said that the person said they had to stay there for 19.
Oh, maybe they have a timeshare or something?
So the person said that they had to stay for 19 days or else they can't go to Florida.
Okay, that's weird. Samantha is not leaving WWE, no. Samantha Irving's not leaving. Only Ricochet is leaving. Thank you to Ghost for the bomb, by the way. Thank you. Oh, we're at 68 likes, so if we can get 100, I mean, I don't know if we can get 100 now, but well, I'll click the like button and we'll see. Rest in peace to the NBA logo, Jerry West. Thanks, Joe Bishop. Johnny Autism. Joe, do you think TNA will be part of the Battleground Royal next week on NXT? Probably a little bit. Yeah, I would think that it'd be heavily supported. You okay? What are you doing? Why'd you leave that open? Hello? I fed your animals. My daughter's having a tough time. I think she's very tired. I think the poor thing was up very late last night, and she woke up for school on time, which she's good. But I think that only allowed her to sleep like 4 hours or 5 hours or something. So I think she had a rough day. Joe, you getting Black Ops 6? Nah, probably not. I probably would not. No, unless somebody gave it to me, and even then I might not even play it. So don't do that. But yeah. I can hear Gavin yelling from his room right now. I just made fun of him. WWE has been credited Samantha as the future ring announcer. Ricochet better show up in an ambulance in his AEW debut. Oh my god, imagine if an ambulance pulled up to the arena in AEW, and then the ambulance doors opened, and then nothing was inside the ambulance, and instead he came down from the ceiling on a wire harness, dressed like a god. What is this background, Joe? What up, Apollo the leader? This is Leah's room upstairs. I'm upstairs in my house. I didn't want to be in the basement for an afternoon stream. I like to get sunlight and stuff, so I came up to her computer and did the stream here instead of in the studio. I know. I'm sorry, the microphone sucks, and well, actually, this mic's okay, but it's not. It's not a. You know what I mean? It's not nice production. But I felt better doing it this way, so thank you. And yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go clean. Up until out of nowhere, I'm gonna go be cleaning my house because there's stuff to clean everywhere and do things. And I did some work this morning, and then I jumped on this after that, and now I'm gonna go clean until it's time to do out of nowhere. So life never stops. Thank you big time to Ghost from the Coast for the $150. Looks like a room for smart people. Probably because Leah's books, I'm assuming. Because Leah's books, Oh, the books. There's not even that many, really. I mean, there's only about half the bookshelves filled. But those are big books. But I feel like most of the books just have people getting plowed in them. So, I don't know. Then Leah's, chair is, looks like some kind of cage. I don't know. I just messed up the cam. There we go. All right. Thanks for being here. And shout out to Ghost from the Coast, baby, for the 150. What a bomb. We'll make sure to get wet for Ghost tonight. Jake DeMarco will be here for Out of Nowhere. And I'll see you tonight live. All right. Later, guys. Oh, how do I end the stream on Leah's computer? It's different. Oh, my God. What? Celsius. See you guys tonight. Live from your mom's bedroom. That's right. Live from my wife's computer room. Live from my wife's library. That's what we're really doing. Thank you guys. See ya. College football? No. No, Jarrett. But I'm excited for you guys to play it because I'm sure the college fans are going to enjoy that. Martin Lawrence with naked running in the streets with a gun saying they're going to kill me. Now he has a movie coming out with Will Smith. That's pretty funny. Alright guys, I'll see you later. BLM. Okay, King. Shout out.